Did you know that barn owls can potentially help you control gophers in your yard? So today we're going to talk about everything you need to know about attracting barn owls, these beneficial predators, to your yard. So let's talk barn owls. Barn owls eat at night. They're out at night and they eat nighttime mammals. So usually gophers, voles, mice. That's 90% of their diet. A barn owl on average eats about 3 mice a night. So if you have a family of barn owls in your yard, you have a male and a female, and they usually have 3 or 4 offspring, they could potentially eat thousands of rodents in one season. So barn owls can't digest fur and bones from their prey. So they were going to cough up a pellet about twice a day. This is an example of a barn owl pellet. And here's one where he coughed up the whole head of a gopher. So you can actually look at the pellets and see what they're eating. I have also sometimes found Jerusalem cricket bodies in an owl pellet. Each female is going to lay about 5 to 7 eggs, although they can lay up to 10, and they typically are going to start mating in January, February timeframe. Here on the Central Coast, I've seen them start mating as early as December. So the best way to attract barn owls is to provide nesting habitat for them. Barn owls nest in cavities, and there's very few cavities in trees that are available to them. And so for that reason, they are declining in population as well. So you could potentially help your garden and help the barn owl population by putting up a nest. For many years, vineyards have used barn owl boxes to control rodents. So let's talk about where to put your barn owl box. So first of all, the barn owl box should be about 8 to 25 feet in the air. It can go on a post, it can go on a structure, or it can go in a tree. It's not really recommended to go in a tree because more predators can get into it. And if you attach it to a structure, you'll have to use a ladder to clean it out. It would be ideal if it can be placed near a field where the barn owls can hunt. Also, it should be placed away from busy roadways and where lights are off at night to minimize light pollution. It's really important not to disturb the nest when the owlets are young, as the parents may abandon the nest if the nest is disturbed. It's also not allowed to handle the eggs or the owlets, even if they're on your own property, without a proper permit. If you put up a box, it's a good idea to also monitor the box. And you can put your results of the monitoring into the website nestwatch.org. You can record how many owls you're seeing, what time they're nesting, if you have that information, and share it with the scientific community. Barn owls take about 30 days to mature in the egg, and then they stay around the nest till they're about 3 months old. So for about 4 months, you have a nesting pair taking care of the young. I typically then do the maintenance in the end of October and early November. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to maintain the box. So what we've done here to make it easier to maintain, so you don't have to get up on a ladder on uneven ground, which could be unsafe, we've attached the 2 poles together with bolts. And we're going to remove one of the bolts and swing the box down in order to clean it out. So what he's going to do here is loosen one side of the bolt, loosen both bolts. Now he's going to pound out the bolt on the bottom using a screwdriver just to get that one out. Loosened it. There we go. That will allow the box to pivot down onto the sawhorse that we've placed, hopefully approximately in the right location. Okay, we're lowering the box. Try to get the sawhorse in the right place. There we go, perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean out the box. Because there's rodent debris in here, we're going to wear gloves and an N95 mask. All right, so now I'm going to clean it out. Sometimes you need a little bit of a trowel or a scraping tool to get out some of the debris. And you don't have to get every little bit out, but you want to make it hospitable to the barn owls that are going to come again next year. Okay, that looks great. Pretty well cleaned out here. There's a lot of owl pellets in here, and you'll see little pieces of bones. And these are just dried pine shavings that you might use for like a hamster cage or something, available at any hardware supply store. So now I'm going to put a coat of paint on it. Really what I'm using is outdoor primer. You want it to be white so that it reflects heat and the box doesn't heat up too much. And again, you want it to be for outdoor, of course. It's also important, if you're going to build it yourself, that you use exterior plywood. You don't want to use regular plywood or any wood that you just happen to have laying around, because it might not hold up to the elements. But we have plans that we're going to link in this story to you. And you can also buy them already pre-made. This piece of metal is a 6-inch diameter ducting that we've attached to the wood post, because then it protects it from critters climbing up the post to get the eggs or the owlets. Okay. Now we're just going to pick this back up, and once it gets straight, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Okay, owls, your home is ready for you. Thanks for watching, and I hope this gets you interested in barn owls and helping create habitat for them. We're the Master Gardeners, and we're here to answer your gardening questions.